Hello and welcome to my first look at the new Horus Heresy Primarchs book, Scions of the Emperor, an Anthology. This book was first available at the Horus Heresy Weekender event on the 2nd and 3rd of February 2019. It will cost you £15, which is quite steep, but if you do like any of the Primarch books that Black Library have brought out, then this is a must-buy because it includes many mini stories from the different Primarchs, from different authors that write those books too. In my opinion, it would have been great if this was a freebie, if this was free for the event. It being only £15, I think that they could have done that because the ticket was £75. However, be that as it may, I did buy the book and it's here. It's not many pages. That's the first thing. It's only 182 pages. For an extra £5, if you want to look at it this way, an extra £5, you can buy books that are 450 pages or so, and them actually be the Horus Heresy books. But obviously, with books and consumable entertainment like this, it really is, your mileage definitely varies. If there's a particular Primarch you like in here that you want to know more about, then this book is going to speak volumes to you. And if there isn't, and hopefully it helps flesh out some of the characters. So 182 pages. Of course, it was first published this year in 2019. I have mine signed by quite a few of the authors. Ian St. Martin, Guy Haley, David Geimer, Darius Hinks and James Swallow. My mission is to get it signed by all of them, if I can, at some point. There's no artwork as such in here, which, take it as you wish. The pages aren't the same quality as the other Horus Heresy novels of this size. They aren't the nicer sort of harder white pages. These pages are sort of reminiscent of the kind of softback books. So I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, let me read the preface because you might be interested. So you've got Canticle by David Geimer. Crash landed upon a world of perpetual gloom, a young Ferrus Manus is forced to fight for his survival. Upon discovering a strange vessel, he investigates the ship but quickly finds himself battling monstrosities he is ill prepared for. So it's Ferrus Manus. The Verdict of the Scythe by David Annandale. Heavily criticised by his brothers over the brutal campaign at Galaspar, Mortarion attempts a new approach during the compliance of Absirtus. However, discovering treachery at every turn, the Lord of Death must accept an unavoidable truth. So that's a Mortarion one. A Game of Opposites by Guy Haley. Jagati Khan makes a virtue of being unknowable, yet warsmith Xyrocles has studied the Warhawk's teachings. Choosing to step into the trap laid for him, the Khan of Khans teaches the traitors just how deadly their ignorance truly is. So that's a Khan novel. Better Angels by Ian St. Martin. Art and War stand fist in glove where it concerns the warriors of the 9th Legion, wending a path through their turbulent history during the days of the Great Crusade and the Horus Heresy. A Blood Angels neophyte, then legionary, tries to capture the essence of beauty and art to present to his Primarch Sanguinius. That's a Blood Angels one. Conqueror's Truth by Gav Thorpe. Brought aboard the Nightfall, the Remembrancer Ares desires to witness the glory of the Great Crusade. The Primarch of the Night Lords, Conrad Kurz, grants her request, sending her as a witness to a compliance of his legion first hand, but in so doing reveals a dark and inconvenient truth. So Night Lords 1. The Sinew of War by Darius Hinks. After having crushed a rebellion in Illyria, a young Rabute Gilliman returns to the capital of Macragge City to be reunited with his father, Connor, only to discover insurrection and unrest running rampant. So that's Rabute Gilliman novel. The Chamber at the End of Memory by James Swallow. As the Siege of Terra nears, Rogel Dawn uncovers a series of bizarre deaths within the inner walls of the palace. To find the truth, and faced with no other choice, the Primarch must defy the Edict of Nicaea and return his librarius to service. But what he discovers will shake him to his very core. I love the Edict of Nicaea because it just reminds me of the Edict of IKEA. Anyway, First Legion by Chris Raitt. Locked in the midst of the Rangdan Xenocides, the Dark Angels of the First Legion are contacted by a mysterious warship under the command of Alfarius. When the stranger begins to ask questions about the campaign, he is summoned to the presence of the Lion himself for judgment. Lionel Johnson's story. So it's great in that it includes 8 mini stories of 8 different Primarchs. Really, really cool. So Primarchs are your thing and you want 8 different stories, this is the book. It should come out general release, I want to say within a month or two, but who knows. But stay tuned for it. And if you haven't already got any of the Primarch novels, I strongly suggest you try and pick the one of your favourite Primarch, just to get an idea. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say about Signs of the Emperor. I'd love to read them all and give you a review sometime, but I hope this little preview of the book helps. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.